Lawmakers accuse DND, AFP of electioneering. Manila, Philippines. Lawmakers from the Makabayan bloc in the House of Representatives on Wednesday brought electioneering charges against the military for tagging their party list groups as Communist Front. In a complaint filed with the Commission on Elections, Manila, senatorial candidate Miri Piñeras and 7 party list members of the House accused the Department of National Defense and the Armed Forces of the Philippines of not only engaging in partisan political activities but also urging the public not to vote for candidates of the coalition. The complaint stemmed from a Facebook post of the Military Civil Relations Service, CRS, that quoted anti-communist group Liga Independencia Filipina spokesperson Dario Bolivar as calling on the public to reject the candidates of the party list groups in the Makabayan bloc as the groups were fronts for the Communist Party of the Philippines, CPP, the New People's Army, NPA, and the National Democratic Front of the Philippines, in the House. By labeling the Makabayan party list as Communist House Front, and telling the public to jump Communist House Front, the respondents, who are military officials, employees of the government and heads of the military and institution constitutionally mandated to be non-partisan, are campaigning against the candidates of the Makabayan coalition, the lawmakers said in their complaint. Apart from Piñeras, who is a former Bayan Union representative, those who brought the complaint were ACT Teachers Representatives Franz Castro and Antonio Sinio, Bayan Union Rep. Carlos Isabani Barre, Gabriela Representatives Emmy Jesus and Arlene Brosas, Anas House Rep. Ariel Cataleo and Tibetan Rep. Sarah Eligo. Named respondents were Defense Secretary Delphin Lorenzana, the Military Chief of Staff, Gen. Benjamin Madrigal, the Chief of the CRS, Maj. Gen. Bienvenido Batuin, and any official or employee under left square bracket the officer's single quote right square bracket orders who are responsible for the Facebook post. According to the complainants, top military officials have been subjecting them to red baiting and maliciously tagging them as legal fronts of the communist movement. There was no immediate comment from the military and the Defense Department on Wednesday. Election offenses. We look closely, no matter who sits in Malacanang, the Makabayan bloc does not have any program to support the incumbent. They just oppose whoever, which administration is in power, the complainant said, quoting the military post. They said the post called on voters not to allow the return of any representative of the Makabayan bloc party list groups to the House for their election to the Senate. Under Piñeras' rule, public officers and employees, including the military, are prohibited from directly or indirectly intervening in electoral campaigns or engaging in partisan political activity, except voting or preserving public order. Violation of the rule is an election offense, which carries a penalty of imprisonment of up to 6 years, removal of the right to vote, and disqualification from holding public office. Castro said on Wednesday that the post was intended to vilify the bloc's candidates and sabotage the campaign and election of the Makabayan left square bracket to right square bracket the House and the Senate with the dirty and dangerous tactic of red baiting. What we are fighting for are the rights of the people, that they may have a voice in Congress, he said. In their complaint, the lawmakers said the post was especially alarming, a hindrance to their campaign, and a threat to the safety of their campaign staff. In a separate statement, Gabriela urged the Comelec to investigate the links of Liga Independencia Filipina to the military and determine if public funds were used to support the group. Military legal front. It may be the left square bracket military right square bracket that uses the Liga as a legal front after all, Gabriela Representative Jesus said. She says a massive negative campaigning against Gabriela and other Makabayan bloc candidates shows the Duterte administration's desperation to kick out the genuine opposition in Congress in order to install a full-blown dictatorship. For more election stories, thank you for watching. Please subscribe.